Hello and welcome to the October edition of Pork Talk. A key development on the European pork market last month was the discovery of African swine fever in wild boar in Belgium. The spread of this disease is understandably causing some concern for the industry. So today, we're going to answer some key questions relating to ASF, its current spread, and the potential implications of recent and possible future outbreaks. Let's start off by considering which European countries are currently affected. ASF spread from Russia into the wild boar populations of Lithuania, Poland, Latvia and Estonia back in 2014 and has since spread to the domestic pig populations. ASF has been detected in boar in the Czech Republic last year, and there were also outbreaks in backyard farms in Romania, which have since spread inland. This year, Hungary found its first case in wild boar, and Bulgaria discovered an outbreak in a backyard farm. Belgium has had the most recent outbreak, with around 11 affected wild boar discovered near the border with Luxembourg and France so far. Generally speaking, movement of live pigs out of areas where ASF has been detected, either in domestic pigs or in wild boar, is not permitted. Movement of pig meat is not permitted out of regions where ASF has been detected in domestic pigs, but can continue if it is only in the boar population. There can be exceptions to this, and pigs or pork can be moved more widely if certain sanitary and movement conditions are met. So theoretically, if a country only detects ASF in its boar population, it can continue to trade pig meat products as normal on the EU market. Even if ASF has been found in a country's commercial pig herd, trade from other unaffected regions of the country can still continue. Although, of course, demand from buyers might be negatively affected, even if trade is technically possible. Note that as an EU member state, the UK also follows this regionalised approach and does not totally ban pig meat from countries with ASF. While the EU adopts a regional approach to ASF containment, a number of countries outside of the EU tend to impose a total ban on the import of pig meat products from countries where ASF is detected, even if it is just in the wild boar population. This list shows a few countries that have taken this step in the past. As you can see, a number of key importers are included, such as China. So, there is a significant risk to trade outside the EU when a country detects ASF within its borders. "13 non-EU countries have so far blocked imports of Belgian pig products in one way or another. However, Belgium is not actually a particularly significant exporter to these destinations, so other EU exporters can probably increase shipments to compensate for the lost trade, therefore preventing an oversupply on the EU market overall. Pig meat trade within the EU can theoretically continue unimpeded. However, early reports suggest demand for Belgian meat has been negatively affected, depressing Belgian pig prices. Also, while there are relatively few pig farms in the infected area, reports indicate processors in Germany and the Netherlands have at least partly stopped receiving any Belgian pigs for slaughter. Belgium exported over 1 million live pigs for slaughter last year, and if this trade continued to be disrupted, it may be difficult to slaughter these additional pigs domestically. Perhaps the most concerning thing about the recent Belgian outbreak, though, is the proximity to key EU pig meat exporters, such as Germany. Germany is the largest pork producer and exporter in Europe, so the repercussions of an ASF outbreak could be severe for all EU pig markets. Germany exported over 400,000 tonnes of pork out of the EU last year. In context, this is a similar volume to that which the whole EU used to send to Russia before the import ban was introduced. Around 75% of these exports go to countries with a history of implementing blanket import bans in the face of ASF detection. Clearly, this is a significant volume of product that could be displaced should Germany detect ASF, even in just its boar population. This development could feasibly generate an oversupply situation in Europe, putting downward pressure on prices across all of the EU, with Germany still able to trade pork with other EU countries. There would be opportunities, of course, for other exporters to capitalise on some of Germany's lost trade, but it would take time for market flows to adjust, and other EU suppliers would also be competing with the rest of the world to capture Germany's lost market share. Of course, we can't accurately anticipate how ASF might spread from now, or indeed be certain how key importers will respond in the future. Nonetheless, the potential disruption to the EU pig market is significant, and as the UK imports most of the pig meat it consumes, we will also be affected by developments on the continent. While there is nothing UK producers can do to stop the spread of the disease in other nations, upholding stringent biosecurity measures can protect the UK industry. To find out more, please visit the Knowledge Library on the main AHDB website. Otherwise, for more up-to-date information about ASF and other key market developments, please visit the Prices and Stats section of the AHDB Pork website.